My name is Mark Hanretty. I'm an ice dancer, former world competitor, and now I'm a figure skating commentator. And I am unashamedly a huge skating geek. And so I'm very excited to be working with John Wilson Blades and looking at some of the most memorable Olympic ice skating moments. So when we look at amazing skating moments in Olympic history, we don't have to look much further than Surya Bonaly, the incredible French skater who was a three-time world silver medalist, one of the best in the world for many years. But what she's probably most renowned for is the backflip that she performed at the 1998 Olympics in Nagano. And it was that which has now given her trademark legacy in Olympic figure skating moments. For me personally, this clip is so iconic and so memorable because Surya knew that this was an illegal movement. This was a move that was performed back in the 1976 Olympic season by Terry Kubica, and it was banned after that. Doing something illegal would get a bit more of a reputation, and potentially that was an incredibly smart move for the professional skating career that she went on to enjoy for many years after that Olympic moment. Arguably the most famous, the most celebrated moment in all of figure skating's history is the performance by Jane Torvill and Christopher Dean competing in the 1984 Olympics in Sarajevo. They performed their free dance to the music by Maurice Ravel to Bolero, and it captivated not just the British population, but really it grew attention all around the world. What this ice dance team did in gaining interest from fans, not just of skating, but from all art forms, pushed skating to a different medium almost. Torvill and Dean's Bolero didn't just win them an Olympic gold medal in Sarajevo, but it also helped to secure more perfect sixes than any other performance. And now with the system in figure skating having changed, their history goes on unchallenged. They are celebrated as the producers of some of the most perfect performances in competitive figure skating. Competitive free dances at that time had to be 4 minutes, and the piece, the Ravel's Bolero piece that they chose, they had it edited down. I think the entire piece was 17 minutes long, and Jane and Chris realized that they had to edit that long version down to be 4 minutes in length for competitive sport, and they felt that they couldn't edit it anymore without losing some of the authenticity of the piece. And so the rule book stated that the stopwatch didn't start until the blade touched the ice. And so with that in mind, Jane and Chris played with the choreography and started kneeling on the ice, and therefore not actually doing anything illegal because their first blade touching of the ice was within the required time allowed. And that just goes to prove what trailblazers Torvill and Dean were in always pushing boundaries, always trying to challenge and enhance the sport of ice dance. And they really did set a whole new landscape for the future of ice dance with this performance. Gillis Grafstrom, the Swedish skater, has been so successful in carving out 3 Olympic gold medals in male figure skating. And he actually is one of only 2 athletes to win gold at both a summer and winter Olympic Games, which is obviously an amazing feat. And he is joined in having won 3 Olympic figure skating titles just by 2 others, Sonja Henie and Irina Rodnina in pairs. And interestingly, Gillis, after his competitive successes himself, went on to be a coach to Sonja Henie, the champion from Norway who won 3 Olympic gold medals herself. So not only was Gillis incredible in what he did, but he then passed that on to others. And he really has created some movements that we still now, almost 100 years later, still will perform. And he was the inventor of the flying sit spin, and that's something that we'll still see in competitive figure skating. So a man that has an incredible CV and whose legacy still lives on in competitive figure skating nowadays as well. Ice dance was the 4th and final figure skating discipline to be included in Olympic Games, and ice dance started in the Olympics in 1976, much later than the men's and the ladies' disciplines. And of the 12 Olympic titles available to win in ice dance, 7 of those 12 have been won by skaters from the former Soviet Union and from Russia. And they really have had huge dominance in the sport. And then interestingly though, in the last 3 Olympic cycles, we've seen more of a North American influence. So Tessa Virtue and Scott Moir winning 2 Olympic gold medals and Meryl Davis and Charlie White winning in the past Olympics. So nice to see that there is so much movement happening within the ice dance community, and really exciting to look forward and see what's going to happen in Beijing, and as to whether or not the French champions Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron will be triumphant, or if Olympic glory will return to Russia with Sinitsina and Katsalapov, the current and reigning world champions. They'll be vying for gold as well. So it's exciting times for the ice dance community. When we look to the pairs discipline in figure skating, one of the most memorable pairs champions have to be Ekaterina Gordeeva and Sergei Grinkov. And they won their first Olympic title in 1988 in Calgary. And the quality of not just their technical elements, but their skating skills, quite mesmeric. They went on to be competitively successful for another couple of seasons before retiring from competition. And then Ekaterina gave birth to their daughter Daria, who was born in September of 1992. And then fascinatingly, the International Skating Union opened up the amateur competitions to allow professional skaters to return to competition. And so a whole host of former champions took the opportunity to return to the competitive ranks, but Gordeeva and Grinkov were the only ones to win an Olympic gold medal again, and that so largely testament to the incredible quality of their movement, and particularly poignant and impressive knowing that in winning their second Olympic title in Lillehammer, Norway in 1994, they trained for that event with a 1-year-old to look after as well, which as a parent myself seems just incomprehensible to think that you could make yourself the best in the world and win an Olympic gold medal with a baby in tow. So all the kudos and all the respect to Ekaterina Gordeeva and Sergei Grinkov. And their legacy lives on in the videos that we see. And tragically, Sergei then passed away in 1995 when they were rehearsing and performing for one of their upcoming professional shows. And they are now continually cemented in history and remembered fondly as arguably one of the best pair skating teams ever. At the most recent Winter Olympics, it was a fascinating story of the success for Aljona Savchenko. Aljona Savchenko, one of the most stunning pair skaters, just brilliant in every way, both as a technical skater and as a skater with brilliant program component scores. But what made this story of her success in Pyeongchang all the more incredible was that this was her 5th Winter Olympic Games, and she competed in the Olympics before with other partners and competed successfully, winning Olympic bronze medals with Robin Solkeby. But it was this final Games, which many believed had to be her last chance, which she was triumphant in. And the performance that she and Bruno Masso delivered in the free skate particularly was just mesmeric, and it will be very interesting to see as we look towards the Games coming up in Beijing if any of the top teams in the world can come anywhere close to the brilliance that was performed by Aljona and Bruno 4 years ago. Yuzuru Hanyu is the first person to win 2 separate Olympic gold medals, winning his first in 2014, and he's replicated the success of the amazing American skater Dick Button, who won 2 Olympic gold medals himself back in the 50s. And what Yuzuru Hanyu has done, not only in showcasing that he's the best in the world over 2 Olympic cycles, he's also really revolutionized the expectations of male figure skaters. And Yuzuru performing consistently and regularly 2 quads and 3 quads in a program is now something that is standard and expected at the upper echelons of the male figure skating community. But perhaps to me, what's even more astounding is that Yuzuru has been quite vocal about his quadruple axel attempt, and that is a technical feat that few believe scarcely possible, and delivering a really admirable effort on that jump. And now we look forward towards Beijing just to see whether or not he can indeed achieve something that so few people believe to be possible. And that would surely cement his name even further in the history books as one of the most revolutionary male figure skaters of all time. Since Yuzuru Hanyu's success in Pyeongchang in 2018, we have seen the emergence of Nathan Chen, and it's going to be such a fascinating battle between these 2 incredible skaters in Beijing. And I think I speak for the entire skating community and sport fans around the world in saying that we cannot wait to see what happens in Beijing. We have shared some of our favorite and most iconic skating moments in figure skating history at the Olympic Games. We would love to hear other moments that have inspired you or motivated you or just excited you. We'd love to hear from you. Leave some comments, let us know what your favorites are, and we look forward to sharing more exciting moments ahead.